Cullinan has bought Imperial's tourism division, or what was left of it. The purchase price will be settled by the issue of, and this is interesting, 81,818,818 shares. They certainly like the eights, don't they? And that'll be issued to Imperial by Cullinan at a share price of R1.10. Cullinan today is sitting at R1.50. The transaction will result in Imperial holding about 10% of the shareholding of Cullinan. Now, the man running Cullinan today, and he's been doing it since 2009, is Michael Tolman, a family well known in South Africa and indeed a hotelier group around the world. If you've traveled recently to London, you would have seen the Red Carnation Group. Then, of course, in South Africa, Wilderness Safaris, elsewhere on the continent as well. But right now, Michael is in France. Just to give us a little bit of background, Michael, on your family, you were very involved in South Africa in the 70s. It looks like with the recent acquisitions that you've made, not least the Oyster Box in Durban, and of course this 90 million rand deal today, that you're moving back into your old homeland.
Yes, we actually as a family moved back into South Africa after 1994 with the acquisition in 1995 of a significant shareholding with the largest shareholder of Wilderness since 1995. And we've actually made a number of acquisitions since. We've acquired 3 hotels, 12 Apostles in Cape Town, the Oyster Box in Durban, and Bushman's Kloof Reserve and Retreat in the Cedarburg. In 2002, we acquired a majority interest, or the Travel Corporation, which I'm also a board member of, acquired a majority interest in Cullinan Holdings. So we've had...
Michael, it's Lindsay in Cape Town. It says here...
Yeah.
Sorry, Michael, it says here, when under the rationale of the acquisition section of this announcement that came out in the Stock Exchange News Service this morning, it says it increases the company's investment in tourism in South Africa and Namibia and is particularly well timed, it says, to take advantage of the anticipated recovery in inbound tourism. Now, the rand's been on a bit of a slide now for around about a year, going from 8.10 to 10 against the US dollar. Are you saying that the recovery hasn't started, but you are anticipating it?
No, I think we're saying long term we are very positive about tourism into South Africa. We took a decision a couple of years ago to upgrade our coach depots for our transportation company, Hilton Ross and Dikapa. And those are really state-of-the-art in the country. We're just extending our depot in Johannesburg. Cape Town was completed last year, but really about 2 years ago we took a view that we were very positive about tourism over the next 5 years. And so really it's more our vision of where we see tourism, the strength of tourism.
It was interesting to have
vis-a-vis the world.
Interesting to have a look at the Imperial annual report, and its sale of its tourism section perhaps was telegraphed by a view that it wasn't growing, or certainly to their understanding it wasn't growing. And one of the threats that was reflected in that discussion by Imperial was organized crime. Now, Lindsay's mentioned the exchange rate and the volatility thereof. That we can understand. But organized crime in tourism, how does that affect you?
If we look at our companies, we've over the last 3 years we've grown significantly through acquisition and through organic growth. So we believe crime is an issue in South Africa and it needs to be dealt with and so forth, and it's a consideration, but we don't believe that it changes our view, that we are positive. We also actually believe that our business is very focused on escorted touring and organized inbound travel. And that's very supportive even in crime, even in areas of crime, because we do believe it's not spread out throughout the country. That whilst it can and does take place, and it is a major concern, we also believe if you look at our records and our statistics, over the last 20 years, it's been a very small factor in our business. far greater, for far less than, for example, other type of problems that could occur, such as an accident or those type of problems. So it really has not been a big issue in our business from a trading perspective.
Michael, just a very quick one.
It's probably a perception issue.
81,818,818 shares. All the 8s and the 1s. Is that anything to do with Chai?
Yes.
A little bit of good luck?
No. It's the accountants worked it all out that way.